shit, you now rocking with the elite.
Yo, welcome back. Another episode, man. Neighborhood CEOs. I'm your host, John. I got my guys in here, Bird and Lionel. Fellas, how y'all feeling?
Everything's good, man. The storm's over, so just recovering, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, same
Yeah, how
here.
you feeling,
Same
man? We
here.
was chopping it up, L, man. That you skating, you still skating on that ice, right?
Skating, brother. Hey, skating, man. It's different, man. It's a different time out here.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get that out the way, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one of them big dogs in here, man. I wasn't too familiar, man. But matter of fact, I was seeing it on Bird when you used to post it. I thought it was like, like somebody like Earn Your Leisure. I didn't know it was your people, man. I thought it was one of those celebrity guys. I was like, nah, he talking about some some real life stuff, man. So Bird, this one of your plugs, man, your family, your people, man. So let everybody know, who we got in the neighborhood tonight, man.
Yes, sir, man. So this is blood relative right here, man. So we kind of grew up together when we were younger. You know what I'm saying, and just kind of watching him grow. And one thing I can always say about you, Dontavius, is that when we were younger, man, you were always observant. You weren't the one talking a lot. You weren't the one, going back and forth, man. You was always watching and listening. But I do remember that when we were down to do something, you was always first or second in line to do it. So, and that's a good understanding. But for where you're at right now, you're a business coach, entrepreneur, content creator, spent some time in the music industry, also an author. The one walking you to the neighborhood, man, is my cousin Dontavius, aka, Coach Billionaire, man. Welcome to the neighborhood, man. So, just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you got going on right now.
For sure, man. So I appreciate that. Real gratitude. And shout out to you, cuz, as well, for just putting me on a platform. Seeing you evolve over the years, definitely been inspirational. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm Dontavius. A lot of people know me as Inks. I spent a good amount of time in the music industry. I'm a business coach, an entrepreneur. And right now, I coach a lot of creative entrepreneurs. So your artists, your barbers, anybody that is using their creativity to create income, I'm pretty much coaching them and they going through business strategies and just helping them find more revenue in whatever industry they in. So that's really my main thing right now as far as building that. And I'm building a community for creatives in Virginia as well. I got some called Virginians for Creatives. So I've been building that out as well, man. So I'm really looking to bridge the gap in Virginia with the creatives because I feel like Virginia is super powerful. But one thing I noticed is depending on what part you're from, it's very divided. I'm from Richmond. So if you're from Richmond, you don't really know too much about. Now, I was fortunate because I had family in different parts of Virginia. But a lot of people where I'm from, my block, you're from that one block and you don't go to those parts. You don't go and travel around. You never really leave your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to bridge the gap in Virginia with the creators. So that's my main thing right now.
Yeah, man.
Solid.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Lionel in Richmond too, man. So I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
what
how
I'm saying.
close
Mm-hmm.
where y'all at, what I'm saying, which proximity y'all in, but yeah, he in Richmond too, man. But
Solid.
yeah, I definitely agree with that, man, because we was talking about a lot of people that we were talking to, and they've been in this area. We find like it's a lot of talent in this little Central Virginia area. So what you saying is with people that's all over Virginia, man, it's a lot of talent. It's a lot of creative people. It's a lot of dope people that's doing stuff that probably need a little nudge in one direction or another, a little battery in their back. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of like, inspiration or, a little boost, man. So
Yeah.
I mean, I like that's dope that you're doing that, man. But what I'm saying, how long ago did you start it? What made you want to do that? What made you say, like, you say you was into music. What made you kind of want to do that? I don't know if you called it a life coach, business coach,
Yeah.
content. What made you, what I'm saying, pick that path, man?
Yeah. So I've been a creator for a very long time. And I recently just got into this. It's probably maybe 2 years ago where I started coaching creatives because when I feel like I had to go through stuff myself and learn stuff myself before I can coach somebody else anything. So my journey kind of brought me here, but I was really working on my own career for a very long time. And my biggest thing is I had to leave Virginia to really get my break in the industry. I went to Atlanta, New York, spent a lot of time out there. My actual adulthood, I haven't lived in Virginia that long. My adulthood, because I had to. I don't know if I had to, but I felt at the time my best advantage was to leave my area to get more exposure. So it helped me, but it hurt me in a lot of ways because I don't have a huge base in Virginia when it comes to people, because I built my connections all around, which is great as well. But
Yeah.
I felt like I had to leave Virginia. I feel like coming up now may be a little different, and I feel like you shouldn't have to leave your home state to find success. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I started coaching like people in here. Not I coach people all over, but particularly in Virginia for this creative group. I want to help them out so they don't have to uproot, because me uprooting myself, I lost a lot of time with family. I lost a lot of time with birthdays and celebrations because I couldn't make it. Holidays, I'm on the road, I'm grinding for 4 or 5 years straight. I missed a ton of things. You know what I'm saying? So coming back, when you get older, you start losing people. People get older, you feel kind of left out a lot of stuff. On one end, you grinding, so it feel good, but on the other end, you missed a part of life that you can't really get back. And that's because you had to uproot yourself to chase your dream. So kind of try and change that for others.
That's no.
Solid, man. No, I mean, you know what? I was checking out your content, man, and your brand. I'm in love with it, bro, because
Appreciate it.
you're embodying so many different types and speaking to so many different types of people and going through so many different types of things. Like John said, I'm out here in Richmond too. And so I get that Richmond is definitely a very creative space, but it's very segregated and it's very divided. Yeah. And so I feel you on that. But there's a lot of creatives out here in all different types of spaces, and Richmond has so much potential. Yeah. And I think, just particularly, man, the Black community, man, I don't think we really galvanize like we need to and connect like we need to consistently. So I definitely appreciate what you have in store, what you're working towards. I think it's gonna be a great thing. And one of the things that stood out to me a lot, I'm in the mental health field, and so your post on healing childhood trauma really highlighted, just really, I would say just caught my attention. I talk about it all the time, man. And so not to get too deep, man, but do you feel like you would have became who you are today without your experiences? Turning bad situations into good. So how do you feel overall your upbringing has shaped you into the man you are today?
Yeah, I think my upbringing was perfect for me. A lot of things that people may consider a liability is, like, to me, an asset. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody's upbringing is shaped for them based on who they are as a person. But me personally, everything that happened in my life really put me in a certain position for me to maneuver a certain type of way. There are certain things I believe in entrepreneurship that you need. And I think my lifestyle, my upbringing, my mother, my father, my neighborhood, those things gave me tools to maneuver in certain situations that other people may not be able to maneuver as well. It allowed me to take risks. I wasn't scared of losing. I wasn't scared of danger. I wasn't scared of really nothing, because all those things tested me when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So I think my upbringing was perfect for me. Was it difficult? Yeah, it was difficult because a lot of things I had to maneuver on my own and figure out on my own, so that was difficult. But talking to my parents, my childhood was better than theirs. You know what I'm saying? And as messed up my childhood I felt was when I got older, talking to them, I'm like, damn, they had it 10 times worse than me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like that made me have a little gratitude for my upbringing, because when you talk to your elders, their upbringing was way worse. So I think it was perfect for me.
Yeah, but you bring up a good point, because sometimes learning how to have compassion for your parents is the key to healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because when you go through things, and a lot of times people hold on to the pain, that's why they can't move forward. And when you can have compassion for somebody who hurts you or whatever in some way, yeah, man, it's a great experience and relief. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro, I
Yeah, I
appreciate that
was
insight. Yeah.
one of the posts I had that came from a conversation when I had my pops, because um my pops 61. So I'm guessing in their time they didn't really talk about a lot of like feelings and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't really express that type of stuff. So having a conversation with him really allowed me to free myself up, because I was able to get stuff off my chest, and he allowed me the opportunity to do that. But then it gave me a perspective of his childhood and how he didn't really get a chance to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like your father wants you to be better than them. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of
Personally,
like giving you that opportunity to be able to do that. Because some parents, they may be closed off, or they may be gone. You don't even have a chance to reconcile or anything with them. You know what I'm saying? So that came from my pops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
We always kind of touch base on that, man. Like, we never can fault, our parents for like what they knew or what they didn't know, at the time, and for the information that we have now, and our ability to utilize that to help us catapult to this next level. And, you talk about setting standards and how your life will only go as far, as the level that you set for yourself. Like,
Yeah.
why is that important to us? Like, can you touch base a little bit on that too?
Yeah, for sure. I think if you don't set your standards, other people are going to set them for you. And I went through a long period in my life where I didn't set the standards out the gate. I just thought people would respect me based on, how I appear. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of like, if you don't speak up and set your own standards and tell people what it is and what it's not, then they just gonna run over you. You know what I'm saying? So that came, a big part that's coming in the music industry. You got to really like set your standards up front. And I've said business in general, but specifically for that industry, because it's really combined with the streets. You really have to be aggressive, with setting who you are, what you're gonna take, and what you're not gonna take in that setting. You know what I'm saying? So maneuvering in life and being, I was a people pleaser, because in my neighborhood I was trying to avoid conflict for the most part. I wasn't really trying to. I would take it there, but I ain't really want to take it there. You know what I'm saying? So my defense mechanism was like, let me de-escalate the situation instead of going towards it. So that developed like a people pleasing thing. So I would try to make amends, even if it was at my downfall. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to like smooth the situation over, when the situation just over, and I don't want to accept it, but I'm trying to smooth it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make things right. And that just put me in the space where, like, yeah, I'm kind of sick of that. So this shit is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. So just setting those standards for yourself, I think you'll go very far in life.
yeah. You hit something on the head. It's very relatable, bro. Very, very, very relatable. You know what I'm saying? What was the breaking point, if you want to get into that, or what did it have to take in order for you to be like, F that, this is what I need, or this is what I won't stand for? Because I think that whole concept of raising standards,
Yeah.
or even knowing your standards, because if I'm trying to be a chameleon so I can survive,
Yeah.
it's like I don't even know what my standards are, because I gotta survive. So
For sure.
what was that for you?
I think for me, it was like, I was trying to accomplish certain things in my life. And what I noticed is like, it's like you got to operate a certain way to be able to get to a certain level. Like, so it's like you got goals, which is like aspirational, but then you got standards, which is operational. So like
Mm.
a millionaire can give you their blueprint. They like, yo, this is the blueprint to a million. But if you don't operate in a certain way, you won't get it. It don't matter. You can read the information all day, but if you're not operating at a certain standard, you won't get there. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, all right, for me to get to a certain level in my life, I have to operate in this way. And one of those things is setting standards for myself, speaking up, and operating at a level that will allow me to plateau to that. Being a leader, you got to speak up. Being a leader, you got to go first. So a lot of that comes with being vocal, not allowing people to use you up, waste your time. You may got to be, confrontational. you know, that may be a part of it. Those are all the things I think of being a leader. So kind of just getting really just trying to get to a certain level in life. I picked up things like you got to be certain ways in certain situations to get to a certain level. So just really my goals has really made me like, yo, all right, enough is enough. I got to get this shit done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like we had our first pod of the year, and I told Bird and John, I was like, man, I don't want to be the reason why I'm not getting to where I'm trying to be in life.
Yeah.
And what you speaking on is hitting on the head for me, because I manage a team of and probably like 15 there, like let's say 15 people, right? And as a business owner, that's the worst mistake you can play, is being a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Because man, I'd have made so many business decisions based off of trying to make other people happy.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like you said, they'll use you up and then they out.
Yeah.
And then you got to pick up the pieces and try to, put it back to, hey, Humpty Dumpty, right? You got to put it back together. Yeah. And never going to go back like it used to go back. So you got to pretty much create something all over again. And if you don't adjust, then you're not going to stay in any form of high status or the standard or even the dream that you envision for yourself. It's going to be a wrap. So now you speaking volumes to me, bro. Appreciate that.
No, for sure.
Yeah. And we was talking about like being a leader, man, and some things, some people, I think I know how to do it pretty good, and I think I'm cool with it. But a lot of people, man, you leader, you say you go first, you speak up, but some things people need to know being a leader. Sometimes you don't need to speak up. Sometimes you need to let somebody else go, like knowing how to delegate. You know what I'm saying? Especially like with Lionel, you got a team, or I'm sure if you got a team of people, you kind of like playing like a point guard in basketball, man. You want to get everybody else involved, make them feel, you know what I'm saying, almost like not being a people pleaser, but kind of knowing how to massage egos or how to deal with different personalities, man. Because some people, they work better. Like if in basketball, they say get the big man a touch, get him a touch early, so then later on he gonna play hard for you, he gonna rebound for you. So I think that's important too, with being in leadership, man. Knowing what everybody can do best, knowing how to, they say you treat everybody fair, but you don't treat everybody the same, man. So you know what I mean. So some people, they got different buttons that you push, and what I'm saying. Being a leader, you're supposed to know all that, but that's still the same thing with that standard you talk about. You still want to make sure everybody know the goal. Everybody knows, and if everybody ain't falling in line, then you make adjustments based on that. But I think that's another thing that some people. I think I learned it a long time ago, but sometimes I don't use it because I don't got a lot of patience, man. That's my thing. I don't got a lot of patience for stuff that I think is elementary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like stuff that's simple. I'm sure you, Lionel, on time, or what I'm saying, stuff that you go over, or people that you deal with that everybody should know what's going on. But sometimes people ain't on it like you are. So that's why if you do it, because ain't nobody gonna treat yours like you do. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, whatever, Bird, your business, mine, everybody's, it's ours. So ain't nobody going. It's your name on the checks, or it's your name on the front of the on the Instagram page, on the front of the billboard, man. So you gotta really realize that too, man. That some people, everybody ain't gonna treat yours like you do, man. So, but I think that's dope that you saying that if you set that standard, you set those guidelines, so anybody that's with you or that's involved with you, they know this the way it gotta go, or we gotta make some adjustments, man.
Yeah. See what you saying, I think that's great. Far as it's different ways you lead. You don't have to be the person that's super aggressive, but that was natural to me. That's natural to me, right? So I think as a person in charge, you gotta figure out your weaknesses and your strengths.
Yeah,
which that way of leadership was natural to me because I'm a person that I can feel people. I could sense people. So that was pretty natural for me. What wasn't natural for me was speaking up in certain situations that made me feel uncomfortable, right? Because my mind, I when it comes to conflict resolution, I didn't have that. Because every time I seen conflict, it ended in something that I didn't want to be a part of. Yeah. So that was my biggest thing. I ain't know how to operate in that manner, in a professional manner where it doesn't lead to violence. You know what I'm saying? So that's a great way of leadership. And I think depending on your business structure and depending on the people you work with, you as a leader should be able to see the room, you know what I mean, read the room, and then know when you should pull back or when you need to go forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely a a trait and an asset of being a good leader, especially in the business space, is being able to tap into different styles of leadership. As me for myself, I've always been that type of person to, you know, I'm gonna jump in there with my team sometimes. I'm gonna exemplify, what I want to get done, or to show you what needs to get done in a specific way so that you can gain that understanding. But in the back of my mind is for me to garner your respect for me as a leader, So, and I've used that a lot. But again, when you're doing that, sometimes you can overdo it. And I fell victim to that sometimes, because you get to the point of where if you have a business and you have a mission and a vision that you're standing by, and you always want to exemplify that and not allowing those individuals who may be trying to carry that out for you, like you start to lose some of your grip on things because you're putting too much emphasis in one area, and that can be a little bit crippling.
100%.
It's a balance, right? I mean, it's a heck of a juggling act because it's you dealing with people, right? But you do have to have like this multi-dimension type of leadership because leading by fear is an outdated way of leading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's effective to some degree, but at the end of the day, you disconnected from your people. Your people are, moving. They're not doing things because they believe in you as the leader. They're doing things because they fear you. Mm-hmm. And I've certainly understand people as well. Like I have a good sense of vibes and you can see it, right? People being motivated at their jobs, being motivated to do certain things. But then at the end of the day, as a leader, some of the challenges, of that mindset of trying to make everybody happy, right? Mm-hmm. is something that can certainly be more part of your own trauma, your own healing that you need to do. And I think for me, that's the biggest thing I've learned as a leader is I got to do my own work. I got to focus on my healing because my stuff comes out as a leader if I'm not careful. And what? I'd be real, man. Just last year, man, I had a confrontation with a staff, and I don't know why, but I was just having a whole lot of anxiety. Bro, I'm like, why? I know this is gonna go well, but my body's responding like you got to fight or flight right now.
Yeah.
And Dontavius, to your point, you hit your bro. We already connected because I'm like, hey man, what I've seen in conflict situations is like I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be around it. Yeah. I know something gonna happen, or in terms in the past that oh man, like that didn't make me feel good. And anytime there's confrontation, it's like I get that feeling like all right, we on the edge of our seats. What's about to pop off?
It's like your body preparing for it.
Yeah,
nothing has happened, but I guess it's installed in you or something like that. Like it's looking for it. Because I guess the brain is trying to keep you safe. You know what I'm saying? And to keep you safe, it got to prepare you. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely know what you mean.
Yeah, man. So, man, this is dope convo. I mean, I think as a business person, a leader, how do you keep sharp, man? How do you stay sharp? What's your program?
For sure, man. So it's a few different things. One, definitely community, you know what I'm saying? Mentor, other people that's high level, of every things that keep me on edge, cold showers, strict nutrition routine, certain days where I go without certain things, fasting, prayer, and really keeping me in an element where things are not as comfortable for me. You know what I'm saying? So I really try to challenge myself to where every day is not comfortable. So I try to throw something in there that puts me in a space of uncomfortable. I want to be comfortable with uncomfortable, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So things like that, and really just keeping myself around great people. Now I still struggle though. It's not easy. Like even with that, even doing all of that, there's still mental blogs that come in. There's still challenges. There's still downtimes that I have. There's still times my mind just be rambling, and I'm like, man, this shit is kind of fucked up. Like it's still negative thoughts that don't. None of that change. It just allows me to maneuver through things way better than what I used to by using tools like fasting, using tools like challenges, using tools like religion, using tools like community and family. All those things to me is just tools to help you maneuver your journey a little better. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's still challenging because you're still dealing with life.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask him because I guess you probably not the first one, but I always say I tell Lionel like you in charge of people's mental health. So how you keep your own mental health right? Like how
Yeah.
you go to, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to. Of course, you got bad days. You go to work, you might have a bad day. You still got to do your job, but you were like a a business coach. You
Yeah.
trying to coach people to prosperity, to wealth.
Yeah.
So you can't be yourself not have yourself not in check and then
Yeah.
expect to go out there and give people your best self or give people something that's going to help them grow because I'm pretty sure you're a professional at what you do. You could
Yeah.
get it off and make it happen, and you could be mad as hell inside. You could be having the worst day. I'm sure you done did
Yeah.
that and still been able
Mhm.
to do your job, but like in the long run and for your benefit and for your customers and your community benefit, you got to be able to, like you said, man, make sure that you taking care of yourself and
Yeah.
have your mind, your body, your spirit, everything in check so that you can, what I'm saying, be your best self for the people that you working with.
For sure. I think just managing your energy, you know what I'm saying? Rest, nutrition. And then I just have down moments too where I just don't do nothing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I
Mm-hmm.
look at some funny shit. I go somewhere, you know what I mean? I have moments where I'm still trying to get used to that because being in the music industry so long, like you always doing something. You know what I mean? So for a very long time, I felt uncomfortable not doing nothing. Like I'm like, I gotta be doing something. You know what I'm saying? So really trying to get my body into rhythm where, all right, it's okay to be like, you could chill for today, chill for today. I'm still getting used to that, but that's been kind of helpful. You know what I mean? Like, okay, today I really ain't got nothing to do. I be making up shit to do. I ain't really got nothing to do. So let me just take the day and chill. You know what I mean? Because when you take a break and chill, it does something to your mind where you can come back with fresh and new ideas. If you just grind every day, you just be wore out and your
Yeah.
attitude be short. You know what I mean? You ain't really got a lot of patience for people. You know what I mean? You be really on the edge and the smallest thing will just tick you off. You know what I'm saying? When you don't get a break from things. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I actually and this is a question for you, Dontavius, and you, Lionel. And you, Lionel, you brought up balance. Like, I'm, on one side, I'm in this corporate space as a leader, and I know that I go to work, I do my job, and I come home. I can unplug everything because I know whatever to ease my mental. I know whatever I got on my table is going to be there tomorrow. But as an entrepreneur, which we've all been in that space, you may not get to turn that off. It's a 24-hour cycle. How do you find the opportunity? And I think you touched on it a little bit, Dante, just a couple minutes ago. Like, how do you find that opportunity to just like, all right, I'm gonna set this to the side right now. I'm gonna come back to this later. Like, when do you know inside that you need to give yourself a break?
I mean, that's really difficult as an entrepreneur because you may be in a season where you just shit is tight. You know what I mean? Like you in a financial bind, so you may not in your season you may not get a chance to really break. You should, but I can't tell somebody from an emotional standpoint like you should take a break because you may feel like my bills is due. I can't take a break. But me personally, um, using certain religions as tools to help me with my faith. Because
Gotcha.
at the end of the day, I'm like, I gotta trust in something outside of myself to know that shit is gonna be all right. And that's really the only thing that allowed me to take a step back, because I know it's another entity in whatever form people want to believe is in that's allowing me to prosper. And I got to trust that to some type of extent, that if I take a break, somebody is there making shit move without me actually physically doing something. So I think using religion and faith and spirituality as tools to allow yourself to chill out, to allow yourself to take a break, you know what I'm saying? And believing in something bigger than yourself so you can actually enjoy life. Because I'd have been in a position where I had a lot of money and I ain't had no time. And to me, it really wasn't fun. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, having a lot of money, no time ain't fun. And having no money and a whole bunch of time ain't fun. So I got to find a balance in between the two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for real, for real. Yeah. We always say that not all money is the good money, especially when it comes to business, man. Sometimes you gotta turn it away, and know when to say no, and I definitely think that is important. And I know that's one thing that's been kind of reoccurring, that's in alignment with us too. We've all been talking about getting closer to the connection, and just kind of building our faith, and relying on something outside of us, because that is a key aspect and progressing in life in general. So I definitely feel you on that one for sure.
100%.
All right, what's up with you, man? What you got, man?
Oh no, man. Hey, you know, everything you said. I mean, I can't top it. I would say that's exactly where I'm at with it. But I had to, honestly, through trial and error, I had to learn it. I think one thing with business, and I talk about it a lot. I've said it on here. You can idolize your business, right? So it becomes your idol, and you go to it for validation. You go to it for purpose, to feed you, to give you, and then what ends up happening, everything you so tunnel vision, you missing out on real key moments in the present time. And honestly, it wasn't until almost last year, November of last year, where I snapped out of it. And I came on a pod. We had the conversation around gratitude. I went to a men's group, and so like you said, Dontavius, that's what happened to me. It was, I had to zoom out, and I had to realize all of the times God has brought me through certain situations that I thought was impossible, and it always worked out. No matter how much I worried about it, it worked out. And so that's been what I've been using more and more, and help me ground. And we have to have something that ground us. And the thing that I've been focusing on too is just zooming out. Like when I'm zoomed in, I'm about to make a mistake, because now I'm moving with desperation. I'm moving. Yeah. I gotta get to it. I'm gonna busy myself thinking that's gonna help me get to the bag. But all it do, a girl told me this years ago. She said, all you doing is fucking yourself. She said, if you feel like you're doing a whole lot, but really you ain't doing nothing at all. You just hurting yourself in the long run. And so that really opened my eyes that sometimes we gotta work smarter. We gotta use our resources. We have to lean on our team. We gotta find better ways, a different way. You know what I mean? So it's just all right. We gotta do something. We gotta make an adjustment. So as my dad would say, go slow so you can go some more. Okay?
Yeah. Go fast, you won't last. Go
exactly.
Fast, you won't last. Yeah. That's what they say. Yeah, him and my dad must have been together when they said that.
They probably did.
Yeah. Yeah, but Bird sent us, man. He was talking about, going back and forth about, when you was gonna be on, man. And I'm gonna find it, man, because this is kind of what we was talking about. It was talking about people that want to grow, want to go somewhere, but they don't want to be. You said uncomfortable. He wrote, they don't want the discomfort.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about that, because I think our people, maybe not us on here, because we kind of I think we got that figured out, man. But a lot of people, maybe you see it. They want you to help them. They want to get somewhere. They want the money. They just see I want to make it to wherever they feel like making it is, but they really don't want to work, or they really don't want to be well, I want it to be hard. I just want to make some videos. I just want to post some content and, start a brand or whatever they want. But what do you think for you personally, or people that you see, man? You got to deal with people that really they don't really know what it takes, I guess. So they want it, but they don't really want to be. They don't want it to hurt. They don't want the uncomfortability when it comes to really, locking in and trying to make something happen with their business, their brand, whatever it is.
Yeah, I think people they like how something looks. They
Yeah,
don't really want to go through what it actually feels like. It just looks nice. Working with a lot of people like they really just want to be comfortable. Like a lot of people don't really want to be like ultra successful. They just want to be comfortable enough to live, to pay the bills,
make it look
drive
good.
maybe a nice car.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what most people really want. They not gonna say that, but when you look at their actual work ethic in their life, that's what they actually want. You know what I'm saying? So they confusing that with other people because social media gives you the ability to look at other people's lives. So it looks nice. You know what I'm saying? But you're not willing to sacrifice what that person is willing to sacrifice. And I think that's the biggest thing about hip hop and art. It allows you to live somebody else's life for 3 to 4 minutes without going through what that person has been through, right? So you get a chance to copy them. You get a chance to eat what they eat. You get a chance to live how they live for that amount of time you're listening to that song. But you ain't got to sacrifice and take the consequences that person has endured to give you that music, So I feel like a lot of people, it's like it's like watching a mafia film. Like that shit looks nice till you actually in the mafia. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel like a don looking at that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this is fire. Like you feel like you
Yeah,
sitting at the table, but you
yeah,
don't really want to go to jail for 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So that's the same thing I see in most people when I'm working with them. Is like you just want how that feels for that moment of time. You really don't want to go through that what you got to go through because I could just tell, but by your work ethic, by your attitude, and by your comfortability, you pretty comfortable. And there's nothing wrong with that as well. Like everybody has the ability to go to whatever standard they feel they want to. I just think social media kind of like gave people access to other people's lives. So now everybody is chasing this certain thing. I don't even think you built for that, you know?
yeah, yeah. I think that's like a like a gift and a curse, man. Social media, man, because and I mean, I had it happened to me before. Like I see stuff and it'll motivate me, and then
Hmm.
sometimes I see stuff and it'll be like, damn, like I ain't moving fast enough.
Yeah.
Or like, yo, I'm behind. Yo, like we gotta tighten up. I gotta get it up. I gotta get, what I'm saying? But now I'm like, I know that ain't the case because some of that stuff, people show stuff of that, they post stuff, you see stuff
Mhm.
online, and it ain't even real. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that you don't really know if it's legit or not, or if you see people and they look like they just came up overnight, but you don't know that they've been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They did it for 7 years before they even made a dollar. Or you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you don't know the story. That's why it's best to do like we'll say sometime, man. You stay in your lane, man. Pick, you know what I'm saying, stay on your own path and you
Yeah.
try to, what I'm saying, do your thing, run your race. That's what we done had people on here before and they done told us, man, you run your race. But I just see that with people, man. I think I see a lot of people with that in just regular everyday life, man. People want it, but they don't really want to work, man. So I just wondered in your field, man. I know you see that, and you said that's true in the music industry too, man. And it's true in all fields, man, because everybody just people want the easy way, want the microwave, man. They wanted to heat up quick and what I'm saying, give it to them. But that type of recipes, man, don't last, man. When you don't put that time, man, that effort in, it don't hit the same. It don't feel the same when you accomplish whatever goals you got for yourself, man. When like, yo, I took L's doing this. Like I bumped my head 7, 8, 9 times, and now I'm up here on top of the mountain. Or I'm what I'm saying, I made it to where I wanted to make it to. So, but yeah, I wanted that, man, because we see that with a lot of people. We know people that's like that, just like what we doing, man. What you do, I'm sure it's people that know you. They feel like they could do what you do, but they
Yeah.
don't know your story. You know what I'm saying? They don't know your story. They don't know, Lionel, he in mental health. People want to do like, no, he just got a couple clients. That's easy. I can tell people what to do all day, but they don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what it takes. They don't know what it takes to have people quit, have people leave and you got to replace them. How, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work to go into any type of entrepreneurial fields, man. So I think that's dope that you get to see that and you get to kind of help people navigate through that too.
Yeah, and I'm not even mad at people that's like that. Like
Nah,
I just want you. Put me in a room. I want to be in a room with all the warriors. Like put me in that room. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that's food, just allow me to identify you early so I can get you out the way because you muddy in the water. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I want to be around the people that's on my type of time. You know what I mean? Because that's eventually who you're gonna run into in business. You know what I'm saying? I want to identify those people. You know, the people that just muddy in the water, you here today, going tomorrow. I just rather you expose yourself now so I can get you the fuck out the way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to be in the room with everybody that's really that's serious about it. You know what I mean? That has some type of longevity and believe in what they're doing. In the music industry, it's like it's really messed up because they sell lotto tickets to people like you can do it too. No, you can't. You know what I mean? And when you say that, people may think you like hating or I'm just being serious. You can't because they got lucky. They didn't even do it. You know what I'm saying? Like they really got lucky. You know what I'm saying? And the way they giving it to people is like, you can do it if you you ain't see what he got behind him. He got a whole team behind him. He got somebody that's in the streets behind him. He got $1 million behind him. You don't see none of that. The only thing you see is him. He got a whole infrastructure behind him. So they selling people with tickets like you can do it and you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's kind of messed up because as a person that's coming up that's young, you so impressionable because you just seeing on the internet, but you don't know the whole time they got whole infrastructure behind them. They got whole systems behind them that you don't know nothing about. And you don't even have the ability to get to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I wish, people could see like the whole room, but I guess on their end, if I was playing their game, that long game that they play, the industries play, to me, it would make sense because for them to be in business for a very long time, they have, that's the
They gotta
system
have
that
that
they run.
volume. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like volume meets it. That's how they get their infrastructure. That's how their families getting taken care of by somebody else's royalties. So it makes sense on their end, but it just kind of messed up,
That's what Leo Cohen said on the Breakfast Club, man, that you bring that point up. I think they asked him about like why do you push artists that are glorifying certain things, and his answer was, I got a family to feed. So plain and simple.
Yeah, that's wild though. But yeah, if we ain't buy it, they wouldn't push it. If we wasn't in the concerts, at the shows, they couldn't push it. So hey, they doing wrong, but they right, man, because it's a business. They don't, and their kids ain't out here reenacting none of those lyrics. They sing the songs and they go back to their private school. They go back to their whatever they mansion they live in. So they using it for what it's for. They using it for entertainment, to, like you said, to live that lifestyle for those 3-4 minutes, and then they getting the fuck out. Like you said, they getting out the way. We are out there on the streets, on the internet, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth, letting these lyrics like put a battery in our back, or this music or these artists. We out here like trying to live the raps, and the other people, they ain't living the raps, man. They just listen to it, vibing to it, man. So I guess he ain't wrong for that, man. It's kind of like they couldn't sell it to you if you didn't buy it. So they wouldn't, if we weren't buying it, they couldn't sell it. So that he ain't wrong.
Yeah, that's real. I mean, let me ask y'all this. I've been seeing a lot of this lately, just different older artists bring this up, but do y'all feel rap has lost its soul?
Well, I was gonna ask him what he think about music. Like, since he was in it, like what he think about music right now, like how he feel about, music in general. So yeah, I guess that's the same thing.
Yeah, I think music has lost a certain touch, but I personally think music represents the generation that we have. So if you look at the 90s music represent that generation, but it come from the 80s. You know what I'm saying? So like every generation, every decade has a certain type of music, and I feel like that music represents that time. You know what I'm saying? So I could say it lost its touch based on my time period because I came up and I had the 2000s, I had the late 90s. So comparing to that, for sure it lost its touch. But as a young kid, you ain't have that. You didn't have 90s and 2000s. You only got, the teens from 2010 maybe to now. You know what I'm saying? So your outlook on music may be a little different. Also, music became about money. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like when money come in a situation, it just throws the soul out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
anytime you put money in it, it's just gonna fuck it up. So when it became to me about money and the streaming era came, it messed up the soul of music. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like from my standpoint, yeah, but if I talk to like my little cousin or something,
Yeah, they're like,
they
nah,
think this shit is the best, it has been.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I think Bird, it was the last week you was saying that we was talking about it, man, and we was saying like this era, and I don't know, like the young kids might say that, man, but it's a little this joint a little off though, man. I don't want to be no hater, but this era is a little bit off track, man, because Bird was saying like the 90 2000, we was glorifying like the hustle, get money, you know what I'm saying, be fly, the women, whatever. Now it's like fiends, like a customer. We was like a hustler era. We would sell you something, or we would sell you, a lifestyle or whatever. This era is like a junkie era almost. Like that's what they glorify, like drugs, drinking. You know what I'm saying? How many popping pills? Like I never heard music. Nas used to never rap about popping no pills. Tupac wasn't rapping about popping no pills, or Biggie, or I mean even like the later music, like the Kendricks and the Cole, they wasn't rapping about none of that type of stuff. So these days it's more like it's like party music, man, and it ain't nothing else, So like you said, you right about the generation, and I'm hoping that this ain't what the generation is on for us, because it just seemed like that's more what they go to, man. What like the go to is, and it's music out here that I like. I mean, it's music that I hear that's good from like new artists, but I think as like a whole, man, it's a little bit, not to be a hater, but it lost a little soul, man. It's lost a little touch for real, man. So I don't know, man, but it's definitely it ain't got the same feel, man. It's a little bit more like a fleeting feel. Like it's you hear something, but then you just like that's it. Like it don't last long. Ain't a whole lot of replay value with the new artist, not the new music, because old artists is making new music still, but the new artists, it ain't a whole lot of. It's just like viral moments to me.
pretty much. Hey, 1 second, fella. Let me grab my charger.
Yeah. Yeah. What you think about that pack? Man? You think about that pack, man? With that Blizzard?
The Blizzard, man. That Blizzard pack was decent. It was decent. Yeah, I rock.
I hear your boy, man. Your boy ain't a fan of that Blizzard, man.
Ray ain't rocking with it,
not
man.
Ray.
No. I like it.
Maul, man. Maul ain't a fan of that Blizzard, man.
Oh yeah.
Nah, he like it though. He just don't want him. He don't like how he talking though. He don't want him to be like. He said why he didn't why he couldn't have gave us this then. Nah. He ain't say him. Though. He just like why he couldn't have gave us this little joint with the DJ Clue and all the classic freestyle beats. He said you could have gave us this last year.
Back then. Yeah, I mean, but I think everybody is, it's like, hey man, if you trying to knock the guy down, you gotta reckon. Listen, I ain't gonna what's the word? Backtrack. You know what I mean? Like I've been one of them guys like holding them accountable to it.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, I do like it. I just think, man, some of the gritty bars is kind of hard to buy into, but at the end of the day, is he barring it up? I mean, you can't deny he talking, and it's kind of like a LeBron James, right? They try to diminish the greatness based on different situations, but it is what it is. You can't really take away from what the body of work. So,
what are you talking about?
We talking about that birthday. I asked him how you feel about that birthday Blizzard, man, about the little pack, the little J. Cole pack.
J. Cole, yeah. I think J. Cole. I think he's still. You can't take it away. Like, bro, you can't take it away from him. But that Kendrick hurt him. I ain't even gonna lie. That situation hurt him a little bit. Because it'd be different if he wasn't like barking at people. Like, yo, I'm the best.
That's what we just said. We just talking
and then
about.
you kind of like you bow gracefully, which is amazing. But then you come back and like I'm the best. It's like you didn't kind of shot yourself in the foot, man. You know what I mean? Won't you just be you in your lane and just be you?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
you gotta hear that.
I mean, you ain't got to compete with nobody. You could just be you, because we like you for you. You was never the person that was confrontational anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, like, operating in that element, when you operate in an element that's not really you, you get burnt. You know what I'm saying? So like that wasn't you from the beginning. So I don't even know why you got in that. But now you kind of like backtracking. So it's like Cole, just be Cole, bro. We mess with you for you.
Yeah, I
He's
think
he
Great point.
trying
I like
to
that. Yeah.
go ahead,
go
John.
ahead, Raymond. Go ahead, bro.
I was just saying that like he trying to pick up where he left off at, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
you know, and that
as
was
if it
2
never
years
happened.
ago.
That joint never happened.
Yeah, like it never
Yeah.
happened, you know, and you know, you got your folks, you know, like myself, like LL, like I'm a J. Cole fan, you know, so I like the delivery, you know, I like his artistry,
Yeah,
but you know, from a strategic standpoint, you know, are people going to? Is he just going to make people forget about, you know, him just dropping off the face of the earth for 2 years? No, I don't think so. You know, so
yeah. His core people will do it. Like his diehards, they ain't tripping. They ain't tripping. Like that's what I told. I think I was in the barbershop one day, and we were talking to Will. He was talking about Drake. And I was like, Drake ain't gonna get no new fans from like, because he wanted to see him like do something different. Like he wanted to see him talk like J. Cole, tell some personal stories about, you know, where he came from, his mom, his dad. And I was like, I don't think that's his thing. And he was like, well, that's what he'll want to hear from. And I was like, well, I don't really think he wanted to, he worried about you because he's like a diehard, like a Kendrick fan. I was like,
Yeah.
so I don't think he ain't getting no new fans. Like whoever rock with him, they already rock with him. It ain't nobody that's going all of a sudden that never rock with J. Cole when this album come out, be like, you know what? I mess with him. Or Drake next album. All those guys, they done, man. They done adding. You know what I'm saying? You might bob. Some people like certain songs, some people don't. But they ain't getting no new core fans, man. They got what they got. And
Yeah.
it ain't, you know what I'm saying? So that's what they should just do. Just cater to those. Don't try to, you know, we ain't, you know, they too old in the game to try to be switching their style. Let me go try to get this crowd. Like they got what they got, man. Just cater to them. Just like J. Cole. Cater to the Friday Night Lights guys, man. Cater to us when we was in college, when we was the same age as him. We was in college in the dorm rooms, chasing the chicks, all that. Just give us that, man. At a 40-year-old version, give us that. Give us what we doing now, man. Folding. What's that one song you had? Folding clothes, man. Give us the Forest Hill Drive of 2026, man. So
Facts.
that's what I think he need to do. If he just stick to what he do, ain't no need to get in no battle because it's all fake anyway. Ain't nobody got hurt off of none of these battles, all these bars that everybody talk, all the tough talk. Ain't nothing happened to nobody. So really, he did the right thing. He just let that track. He just left that track on. If he'd have left that track on and never take it off, we'd be good right now.
Yeah.
and it might be a chess play. You know, it might be perfect for his rollout. It's the fall off. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's exactly what he did. You
What you mean?
know,
The bow
nobody.
off the joint last year?
Bowing out.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah.
not
Like,
that.
you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Yeah, that'd be crazy though.
So
That's
it might have been a part of his strategic plan or a chess play for him. You know, I don't know, but I hope it's not. But it's kind of rolling into that. It seems like, but
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
we'll see what the album's about.
he is playing that role like he fell off, like I had to climb back up, but
Hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like he could have did without he could have got out of the battle without putting out the song and then saying that. He could have just said like this ain't for me. It would have been cool if he just said, "Nah, I ain't in this, man. I'm a you know what I'm saying? I thought we were just doing a little light jabs and these
Yeah.
guys doing something different, so I'm gonna step to the side, man. That's all he had to do."
Yeah. A bird, you saying Cole poetic out here, man. He got a little poetic twist to his to the
Yeah,
rollout.
man.
That's a
Yeah,
stand right there. That's a real stand that was
yeah,
if
he
and he a
always
real
has, man.
diehard J. Cole to think he would do that. Not with the last year joint.
Yeah,
Now what he doing now, I like it. Like I like that joint. Like
yeah.
the little visual, the video he had, that's shit. I don't think nobody Drake and I don't even think Kendrick can rap like that. The joint he did in reverse, it's hard. Ain't too many people that can do that, man. So that's I'm saying he a genius when it comes to that. So hey, just give us that, man. We good with that, I think.
Yeah, I think that's him. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's his vibe, that's his feel. The other stuff that ain't for him. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Hey,
leave
so
that-
what
leave
type
that
of
alone, man.
what type of artist you like, man? What's your favorite artist, man? Since you was in the music, I know you still probably tap into
Yeah.
music. Who your guy?
Man, I got so many different people, man. I don't really have one person. I listen to some everybody.
Yeah,
Kendrick, The Game, Kevin Gates,
yeah,
Troy Ave. I listen to a lot of old music. I ain't gonna lie, I listen to way more music from the 80s, 90s, the 60s than I listen to today. Because I'm like I guess my music ear is a little different. It's more fundamental. I'm listening for more than just what they saying. I'm listening for beats. I'm listening for instruments. I'm listening for the generation they was in, what they talking about based on what was going on in that time.
Yeah.
So when I'm listening to music, it's a little different than the average person that's just like trying to get a vibe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of all over the place, but I like way more older music than music today.
Yeah, solid. What man, walk us through what did you do in the music industry? You produce, rap, both? What was
So I was a tour manager in the music industry. So I toured all around. I did promotion and marketing, but really touring, booking shows,
Gotcha. Okay.
and marketing. That was really my
Okay.
main go-to. So I seen a lot in the music industry, and the music industry it is like is very very. It's like a carbon copy of the streets because the
I can
people
see
that
that.
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying, the people in the music industry, they either coming from the streets or they want to live like they in the streets, and the people that's really in the streets really want to be in the music industry. So it's like they carbon copying off each other, and they typically intertwine a lot, and a lot of shit that go on in the music industry, it be real. Just it should be in there. It doesn't operate like a business. You know what I'm saying? You may be
Yeah.
closing deals 3 or 4 in the morning in the strip club. Like it's just all type.
And,
You may be running with somebody and they got an issue with somebody, and now you got an issue with somebody, and it's just like that type of lifestyle to me is just unsustainable for a very long time. So I be proud of people who like mature really well in the music industry, like your TIs, your 2 Chains, your 50 Cents. Like they was able, because I feel like the music industry is like a thing you get in, get out. I don't think it's a thing you stay in for a very long time, unless you got a catalog like Wayne. You could perform Elton John, like you could perform for a very long time with that type of catalog. But not that many people even have the work ethic to be able to create a catalog like that. That's very rare. You're gonna have a Future, a Drake, a Kendrick. That's one out of a million. You know what I'm saying? So the average person that's gonna make it in the music industry, you're not gonna have a catalog like that because you're not gonna make it that long. You may be in there 3 years tops of that. So your best bet is to get how much money you can while you hot. That's why when people are hot, they doing 100 shows because they know for a fact that shit only gonna last so long and your time is running. And the way this microwave generation is, you hot today and then your ass is cold tomorrow, and then once you cold, you done. You know what I'm saying? So it's
done.
like you got to take advantage while you got the spotlight on you. You know what I mean?
That's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a good
And
point.
I was going to ask you that too, man. As it relates to the business side, and your business mind and your focus on, what you were doing, while you were in the music space. I remember we ran into each other randomly at a fine establishment for gentlemen in Atlanta one time a few years back.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
just
Yeah,
just off the random. And
yeah.
you was like, yo, cuz I'm out here just working, man. So like, how do you separate that, when you're doing your job, when you're out there working, but you still, have to be a part of that scene and you have to move in a certain way? What allows you to be focused in those atmospheres and in those spaces?
The best thing about the music industry that's your actual job. That's the best thing about that shit. Like strip club, that's your actual job. Like one of my jobs was to go to the strip club and get the music played. That was my job. Like, yo, you need to go to the studio, you need to go to the strip club, talk to the DJ, play the music. Right? Because as an artist, now not right now, I don't think the strip club is like I mean maybe still, but I don't really think so. This was a while back. You go to a strip club, they break your song. You could potentially have a hit song if the strip club plays your music, like especially in Atlanta, because that's where they broke the music at in the strip clubs. So that was like my main. That was a job of mine. But the only time it mess you up when you start growing from a spiritual standpoint, it's hard to balance spirituality and being in those environments 24/7. You kind of got to pick. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Pick a side.
as you know what I mean, as you get older, you're like, I can't really, it don't feel the same. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of got to pick where you want to be at in life. You got to pick your side. You know what I'm saying? But when you're young and you just trying to get on and you like, shit, I'm willing to do anything. You know what I'm saying? That it's fun because that's part of your job. But as you get older, shit start bothering you a little more. People start getting on your nerves a little more. You ain't really got the patience for certain people and certain things in that industry. That's when it starts to mess with you. And that's why I feel, you got a certain time window till you can make that shit happen. Because as you get older, as you get more responsibility, you just ain't got time to be going through certain shit in the music industry to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
it's a young man's game, man. It's a young man's game right
Yeah.
there, man.
Definitely think it is.
Especially that part of it, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You and I mean that's how they used to do it though. They used to break them songs. You see it in the documentaries and you hear them stories, man. That's how people was getting on, man, was putting them tapes or them CDs in them DJs' hands, and when if they dance to it, I mean, it's probably a hit. You know what I'm saying? If it
Yeah.
make them move, you know what I'm saying? It's probably
Mhm.
so. Yeah, that's dope right there, man. But yeah, that's definitely something you gotta when you start leveling up in life,
Yeah.
spiritually and mentally. It's tough to stay in them environments, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
No, for
Yeah,
sure.
man. But yeah, man, that's dope, man. What you got going on right now, man? You got anything you got going on like something new, something we need to watch out for? We know you say you got the what is it, Virginia creative?
Virginia Creatives, yeah, I got that coming. Building like a community, like a club for that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm dropping another book soon. It'll probably be in another 3 months. So I'm dropping that. Launching my coaching program for creators. So I mean, I've been in coaching place for a long time, but it takes a while to kind of build it out to
Yeah.
where it runs efficiently, by itself. So I've been working on that, and then I got a lot of partnerships coming up. Like I just partnered up with the Richmond Scene, which is like a local media newspaper in the city, to kind of spotlight a lot of creators and stuff. So a lot of partnerships, a lot of business ventures, books, clubs, and yeah, man, just really trying to push my movement forward, man, and really create some infrastructure for myself.
Yeah, man.
Dope,
That's dope,
dope,
man.
dope.
Yeah, we definitely look out for that, man. And we appreciate you pulling up on us, man. And you know
100%.
what I'm saying? We've been, like I said, I ain't know y'all was you and Bird, y'all was family, but I've definitely been seeing them, you know what I'm saying, post you and been like I said, I thought you was like somebody he ain't know. I thought you was some one of
Yeah.
these celebrities or something, man. So hey, we got you in the flesh, man. So we appreciate you giving us some time, man. And
Sure.
before you roll, man, I'm gonna let Lionel get you to close us out, man, so we wrap this thing up, man. Lionel, go ahead and do your thing.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, like John said, bro, we appreciate you pulling up on us. This was a dope convo tonight. I've learned a lot from you. I'm definitely gonna be hitting you up. Hey,
Sure.
man, get a
Do it.
little coaching. Because hey, the gems you drop and experiences definitely is similar. So, definitely I can learn a lot from you, man. I hope the listeners also pick that up as well. So we appreciate you. And one thing we do like to have all our guests do is have the last word before we wrap up. So if you can bless the listeners with a gem, a key for the day, more or less, anything that can be inspiring, supportive on their journey, what do you have for them?
Yeah, for sure, man. I would say, as we talked about it, I think the most important thing on my journey and just most people's journey in life is that faith aspect of it. Um, Really, I had a big problem with control. Because I want to control everything. I don't want nothing moving if I ain't got my hand on it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really let my hand go of a lot of things. And it's kind of go back to that thing, if you got the faith of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. Me personally, I would try to push the mountain myself. Like, I'm going to move this shit. But when you really look at it, like, you can't move a mountain. How does a mountain move? Through faith. Mountains really move through erosion, like they move their self. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like if you take your hands off stuff, the universe will move it for you. But if you got your hand on everything, you trying to control everything, then you just gonna make shit way worse for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that faith thing comes into play at. Like, yo, if you really just have faith, trust in whatever creative intelligence, uh, keep the world running, keep the bees moving, keep the birds fed. If you trust in that, your mind gonna move for you. You ain't really got to put too much pressure on it. So I would just say, man, that faith aspect, tap into that, man, because that'll get you very far.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah,
I appreciate that,
Dope.
brother.
Appreciate that.
yes, sir.
100%.
I think a lot of people we all think we all know that, but we don't really exercise that a lot, man. We all think got that same problem. We all think we can do it ourselves, and
Yeah,
we got our hands on it. It's gonna go the way it's supposed to go, but sometimes you gotta take your hands off the wheel, man, and you know what I'm saying, believe it's gonna go where it's supposed to go, man. So we
100%.
appreciate that. When we can roll with that gym, man.
For sure.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, we appreciate you, bro. Hey,
Okay.
you know, hey, well, hopefully we can do this another time, man. You know what I'm saying? When you got that book coming out, you let us know, man. We're gonna definitely check it out. And hey, just much success to you, man. Keep doing your thing. And appreciate you pulling up on us, man. Y'all, that's Ink's Billionaire, Coach Billionaire, man. Y'all go check them out. Neighborhood CEOs, man. We catch y'all next time, yo. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all.
Peace.
Out.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, cuz. Yep.
All right, guys.